Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're meeting Laura, who is living for the moment, I guess, in a Kia Soul. And that's an interesting choice. So we're going to ask her all about that and find out what's going on in her life. So Laura, hello, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And you're traveling in a Kia Soul.
I am.
And how's that working?
I love it.
You
Absolutely
love it?
love it, yeah. I've been doing it for about 2.5 months, and I am full-time now. I don't have a place to go back to, and I really, really, really like it.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really amazing.
Yeah.
And so how did you end up living in a Kia Soul?
Well, I'm in a Kia Soul because that's what I already had. So I was living in what I already had. And I've been, working most of my life in an office and, under the fluorescent lights and all that. And I just realized that's not what I wanted to do anymore. And I just wanted to actually live life and be out and explore and see things. And was thinking of getting a van. And then I thought, well, you know what? Let me start with what I already have. And I like it. I love it so far. Totally love it.
And so you're retired?
Well, not officially. I'm living off of savings right now. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I'm looking forward to Social Security, I assume.
Yeah, it'll be a few years down, but yeah.
That's exactly what I did. I retired actually 10 years before Social Security, so I had to wait a long time.
Yeah.
But I had a small pension.
Yeah.
But so you just have some money in the bank.
Yeah,
and
I knew I was going to want to do something different, so I just kept saving as much as I could, and then I did take some money out of my retirement fund to be able to do this. So.
And of course, most people would say, oh, no, you should work until the very end and even past the very end and keep working.
Yeah.
And what was your motivation in kind of leaving early and just going?
Yeah, I've worked a lot in government, and I see a lot of people working in government who are working for the pension. Like they're not happy, they're just like trying to survive just until they can get their pension. And I didn't want to be living my life to survive. I realized that none of us makes it out of life alive. You know what I mean? Like instead of playing it safe, let's live. And so I decided I wanted to go out and live while I can, while I still can. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm loving it.
Well, I've been saying that's been my message for a long time. But how did you? I mean, it's difficult to make that decision. Your friends and family, they must all have thought you were crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised though, because at first I was afraid to tell people. Like my friends, I lived on the East Coast, and I just told them that I was leaving to travel to the West Coast where I have family. I didn't tell them I was like living in my car, and so they were supportive. Oh, okay, you're moving to California to be with your family. But as I started to tell people, I was really surprised at how supportive people were. Like, really? And they were excited, like they wanted to do that. But and then my family also. I was like slowly telling them. And so many people were really supportive. I mean, I think that they were kind of like vicariously wanting to do it themselves,
Well, you have my deepest admiration for your courage.
Well, thank you.
I mean, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, well, I mean, a lot of it is because I watched all the videos that you've done. And I mean, I could not have done it if I hadn't seen all the people in the videos. And that's why normally I don't like cameras, but I want... I learned so much from the videos that I saw of other people. That's what gave me the courage to do it. So I wanted to give back and, in any way that I can to show people that you can do it.
And so there's probably an element of testing it out and seeing how it works, or are you just all in?
I'm basically all in. I mean, my lease on my apartment was up, so I just said I'm not going to renew it. I have my car, and obviously if I wanted to go back, I could go get a job and
Sure.
get an apartment, but I'm treating it as though I'm all in, and I'm totally happy. Like I haven't had any second thoughts yet, and that's only been 2.5 months, but in 2.5 months I'm just absolutely happier than I expected ever to be. Really like it.
Wow. And in the Kia, I would think that in a small, and it's a small car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well designed small car, but it's small.
It is.
And I would think that my advice would have been to be into a minivan or something that would have been more comfortable. But
Right.
think about if this is working well, how much better a little more space would be.
Right, and I think eventually maybe I will want something bigger. I mean, at the moment, I'm totally happy as long as I have my little privacy tent. So far, I am totally happy with what I have. And I realize down the road I may want something a little bigger, and that's fine, But right now, this is great.
And did you keep stuff in the storage?
I do.
You do. Now that's normal. That's very common.
Yeah.
I know. I probably the most people that I know who've done this kept a storage unit, after a year or two, they said, "Why am I keeping this thing?"
Right.
But it was a good thing to do.
Yeah, and I brought way too much stuff with me.
Everyone.
And then just weeding it out, and I've already gotten rid of so much stuff from my little car. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem is with that little space, too much makes your life very unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling it around, finding it.
Right.
And so you've got it down now.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I have now. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good. So you would think of yourself as a minimalist then?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be.
Exactly. You don't have much of a choice if you're in a small vehicle, but yeah.
And so when you were in your normal life in quotes,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're in your normal life now.
Yeah. I think
But
so.
what most people think is the normal life.
Uh-huh.
Were you a minimalist then, or did you have a lot of stuff?
I had a lot of stuff when I had a house.
Mhm.
And then I moved from my house to an apartment and I had to get rid of things. And somebody said to me, "Well, you're a minimalist." And I was like, I'm arguing. No, I'm not. I used to have a lot of stuff. And then I realized, you know what? I'm happier with having less stuff. So maybe I am a minimalist. Because really, the less stuff I had, the happier I was. So yeah, I guess I was a minimalist.
And yeah, so this has kind of been a normal progression:
Yeah.
house to apartment to Kia Soul.
Yes.
That's the
Of
American
course,
way.
that's what we
Everyone
do.
does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for a lot of people that come out, they're a little bit afraid about being lonely on the road and finding friends, or will they become hermits and will they go crazy? Have you had a problem finding friends and being part of a community?
No, actually, I think I'm a little bit of a hermit in the first place. But once I drove across from the East Coast to the West Coast, and once I got here, I joined the women's caravan through Howa, and it's amazing. I mean, the women in this group, I mean, that's a women's caravan, so it's all women, but people are so generous and so friendly, and I've learned so much from everybody, and it's just like you come in not knowing anybody, and it's like as though you've known people your whole life. I mean, it's just, everybody is just so wonderful. And like you said, the generosity. I mean, I've just seen so many people, somebody doesn't have something and somebody else just gives it to them. I mean, it's just, you see that every day, and it's amazing. So yeah, I've already made friends just, in the week I've been here. So yeah.
It is. I think that of all I've done, I think the caravans are the best thing I've done. And I'm very grateful that people like you are coming out, they have a place to go.
Oh yeah.
A community waiting.
Oh yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, and we've had, like, I took about a month to drive across, so I was on my own during that month. But we've had people who just, like, come here, it's their first day. They've never camped before. They don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And people just help them, and yeah, everybody just feels really welcome, and yeah, it's wonderful.
Well, that raises another question that I try to always ask everyone is, were you afraid? I mean, you hear so many stories, and you've lived in, I assume, a city,
Mm-hmm.
and so there are dangerous, cities can be very dangerous. And were you afraid for your safety? And in 2.5 months, has that been a problem?
Actually not, because I've watched so many videos with people talking about how, and you think logically, you're in more danger in a city than you are when you're
Absolutely.
out here. And I lived in a city. I mean, literally in a city. I went outside to the sidewalk. I could walk everywhere. And so being out here, it's so much. It just feels so much safer. I didn't feel, I wasn't afraid in the city either, but it just, I have not been afraid at all being out here, not at all.
Good. Yeah, and I think that's the story I hear all the time, is that I had a certain amount of fear, but boy, it's not there.
Yeah.
No reason to be afraid.
No, I think my biggest fear when I first started out was people are going to know I'm sleeping in my car, and I'm like, well, then what are they going to do? I mean, the worst thing they're going to do is ask me to leave. What's going to happen? Just like, the police are going to come and knock on my window. Oh, I'm so scared.
Right.
And that hasn't happened. And anyway, you see so many other people also in their cars, so like, I'm not alone.
Right. Absolutely, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And my experience has been, and I think the experience of the community as a whole, is that the majority of the time, if a cop knocks on your door and especially sees you're a woman alone, he's there to help you, not to cause you harm. Now, he may have to ask you to leave because of the circumstances, but he's not the bad guy.
Right.
Sometimes they are. I mean, that's true, but most of the times they're not.
Right.
So that's. And have you had a knock?
No.
No. And the odds are you won't.
Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. You know, all these questions I try to go through with everyone, and the answers are all basically the same. It's if it's been safe, it's been fun, you're making friends. It's a really good quality of life. Well, would you mind showing us around your Kia, the big tour of the Kia?
Not at all.
Show us how you're fairly comfortable in it?
Oh, yeah, very comfortable.
Okay, well, let's check it out. So now we're standing here at the back of your Kia. Why don't you go ahead and show us how you've got it set up to live in?
Okay, this is sort of like my daytime mode. My bed's on this side. You can see this. It's actually a twin-size futon. Fits in here from the back, and right now it's folded down, not all the way to the front, but when you fold it down, it hits the back of the passenger seat. These are my window covers, which someone showed me how to make. They take up a lot of space, but I really like them because they insulate really well, and it's been cold at night. And they're actually made with like a foam board, like a styrofoam, and then I covered it with like a blackout curtain, and then put duct tape around the outside. And then if it's warmer, when I first started out, it was warmer weather, and I have a little fold down so I can open my window a little bit, and it folds down and can let some air in.
Right.
So, and then I have a fan for when it's warmer.
Right.
And then I keep this is my laundry bag. Pillowcases are wonderful. You can use them for so many things. So that's my laundry bag I keep out here. And then at nighttime, when the window shades are up, I just put the laundry bag up here so I have room for my feet.
So this is kind of like a little cover, and your feet go under it.
Yes, my feet go under this cover. This is the cover that comes with the vehicle. And yeah, my feet go under right here. And then this is I keep because when I'm traveling through cities and such, I stay in parking lots. This is my gym bag. I have a gym membership, so I just always keep my bag ready to go. I can just grab it and go in and work out and take a shower and all that whenever I'm in the city.
Who are your membership with?
It's actually, I found this membership. It's not a Silver Sneakers because I'm not of that age, but it's similar, and it lets you go to all different gyms. So I can go to Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness.
Oh, really?
Anytime fitness. Some cities let you go to the YMCA. Just all kinds. It's a little more expensive than just like a Planet Fitness membership, but you can go to all these different places. You know, whatever I have back here, I just move that to the front seat. Just from sitting in the driver's seat, I just move it over to the front seat, and then I can fold this forward, and then without the stuff there, it lays flat.
And you're fairly tall.
I'm 5'7".
And you can lay.
I can lay totally out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And what holds the bed up, I had these two bins at home in the first place, and then I have a little, this little white bin on top, and I had those already, and they just happened to fit, so that's great.
Yeah,
and there's perfect.
That's amazing. It just happened to be the exact right height.
Right. My food is in those bins.
Okay.
The top bin has my food in it. The bottom bin has like extra stuff, like my big jug of vinegar, because I only have a vinegar and spray bottle. The extra big jug, all the stuff I don't have to get to very often is in that bottom. And then I keep, when I'm driving, I keep a black sheet, just it covers everything. So if somebody looks in the window, they just see black. And then I just use bags that I already had. So, my underwear and stuff in this bag, and my shirts are in this bag, and, it's different bags.
Right, they get smaller and fit in little nooks and crannies.
Yep.
You got to fill all the nooks and crannies.
Then I have my pillow, which I take to the campfire with me, and this has my winter coat and extra sheets and extra towels in here.
Oh, wow, that's a great
I can
idea.
take it and sit on it at the campfire and have a nice cushy seat.
Great idea.
Put that on top of my stool.
Right.
And then I have my water. I carry 4 gallons of water on the floor there.
And here behind you is the most important thing of all.
This is wonderful. Okay, yeah, this is my privacy tent. I absolutely love it. You can shower in it, which I haven't done yet, but it's also a wonderful restroom.
Yes.
And it folds up. It just folds up and it twists and it goes into this nice little bag. And it's just like about this thick. And
Takes
stick
no
it under
space.
my mattress when I'm dry. It's great. The wind will blow it a lot, so the pillowcases are a great thing. This is my bag of rocks.
Oh, what a good idea.
And when it's blowing too much, I just lay it down and put the rocks on top of it, and then at least it won't get damaged, I hope, in the wind.
Right,
so,
right.
yeah.
And so you're just using a standard bucket?
Yep, it's got a bucket, and yeah.
The normal things we all have.
Yep.
And so you're probably getting pretty fantastic mileage here out of the Kia.
Yeah, I just checked. It's been 28, 29 miles to the gallon. So
for probably basically over the average of the whole trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, so that's a really nice thing. And then when I do, I still do, you know, like I go into cities and I'll stay in a parking lot, go to the gym in the morning, and then explore the city. And you know, you can park anywhere. It's just, you know, it's just a car, and you know, just go anywhere you want to go. And
No one
see
thinks a
whatever
thing
you
of
wanna
it.
see. Yep.
No one in their right mind would be living in a Kia.
Okay.
Fortunately, only the people in their right minds would be living
There
in a
you
Kia.
go.
That's
I
the
like
way
that.
I look at
Yeah,
it.
I like that.
You got to be in your wrong mind to live in a house.
Yeah, because I mean, you can go anywhere you want.
Right.
You're not stuck in the same place. And
You're-
you look at the view.
Right.
And you can change your view every day if you want to.
And you're just starting out, but it's probably been pretty cheap to live this way.
Oh goodness, yes.
And your savings will, I would imagine, would go a long ways.
Yeah, I actually needed new tires on my car, and I was like, oh, it's so expensive. But then I realized it was less than 1 month rent.
Yeah.
You know, like for 4 new tires, even though they were, I guess, I don't know, I didn't realize they were more expensive than your standard tires, what I needed for my car. But it was still less than 1 month rent. So I was like, okay, it's not that bad.
How are you having electricity? We all have some electrical devices we need.
Right. Yeah, what I did was I took your advice, Bob, but you said not to buy things until you're kind of out and see what you need. So I didn't buy them. Like I didn't buy this until I was out. I bought a little generator, like 150 watt generator, which I have in my car right now. And then I charged up my phone 3 times on it, and it didn't even go down from like 5 bars to 4 bars. It hardly used any energy at all. And but I realized if I'm going to be staying out, you know, out here in the desert for time, I'm going to need to have a way of charging my generator back up. So then I just bought some, like, I don't know if they're called a suitcase solar panel, but it's just the ones that they're really, really thin and unfolds. It unfolds into 4 little panels. It's 100 watt. And you know, just sit that out in the sun, and it charged it up right away, real quick. And
with your minor use, a 100-watt panel is all you're going to ever
way
need.
more than I need. Yeah,
Right.
That's why I don't even have it out today, because I charged everything yesterday. I don't need to charge anything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And so you had a fan, and that will become more and more important as the year goes on.
Right.
Is it 12 volt or
Yeah.
USB?
Yes, USB.
Yeah, and so that's fantastic too.
Right. And when I started out in the southern east, and even in the beginning of November, it was hot. So I used the fan when I started, and now it's, you know, chillier at night, so I don't need it at night.
Right.
Yeah. And I have a USB light, rechargeable light, little lamp that I use in my car, so I can read or whatever.
Yeah, little USBs will go a long, long ways. You can go a long ways on those.
Yep.
And after a while, you'll know exactly what you want. Maybe you'll want to get bigger. Maybe you won't.
Not. Yeah.
I've known people who lived in, my friend Sue Ann, she's lived in her Prius for on and off for 10 years and really likes it.
Yeah. I like it when other people are talking about when it's cold at night, they're talking about turning on their heaters.
Right.
I have not needed a heater. Like I haven't had to turn my car on for heat. It's just, I guess, a small space, and you know, the windows are well insulated when I put my covers up. I've been totally warm every night. I mean warm. I'm not like I'm shivering. I've been totally toasty warm, and by the morning the whole car's warm.
Wow, that's
so
good.
I'm good.
It's been a very cool winter so far here in the desert.
Yeah, it's been in the 30s.
Absolutely.
Quite a few nights.
Yeah.
And I had one night that was in the 20s, and I was still totally warm.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's good. Do you have a divider that you separate the front and the back with?
I have a curtain that I can use, but I haven't even used it because I just put covers on all the windows, and so I haven't used it. I'm having soup for lunch, so I have it on my windshield up there, heating up in the sun. Lots of soup.
Do you have a stove?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I've eaten a lot. I mean, I'm vegan, and anyway, in the first place. So, and I've also eaten raw over times in my life. And so I'm good with eating raw. And so I just said, you know what, when I first start out, I'm not going to worry about it. I can just eat, get food and eat it. But I did buy a sort of like a little tea kettle. It heats 1.5 cups of water, and I can use it on my little generator thing, can heat it up. And so I have boiling water. So I actually had some quinoa yesterday and put some dried vegetables in, like freeze-dried vegetables in my quinoa, and I had a nice warm meal. Yeah.
Good.
So that's
good. Well, find ways to make things work. Well, Laura, thank you so much for sharing your home with us and your new life. Sounds wonderful to me, and I hope it just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, thank you.
Folks, I hope you've been inspired by Laura's story, and I'm sure you have. If you have, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later.